start this video a little later than I did yesterday, so it will be shorter because, again, this is the strategy here is because I go to work 5 days a week, I'm going to be making 5 videos a week, and that's kind of a lot of videos. I mean, if you think about how many videos people upload to the YouTube channel on a weekly basis, even the influencers that you see out there, like that's a high volume of videos to be putting out. As far as the content, I don't know how the content's going to turn out. I'm going to do my best, right? And that's really all you can ask, really. Is doing your best with what I got right now. Making the best with what I have right now, currently. Tomorrow I'll be a little bit better, and I'll make better content, right? Because I'll learn and I'll iterate and I'll grow. But this is where I'm at right now, and where I'm at right now is good enough. It's not perfect. I'll never be perfect. My football coach said this to me over 20 years ago, and it stuck with me. Is perfection is a flaw because there's always room for improvement. That was Coach Kama, by the way. My football lineman coach. I still remember that, man. It stuck with me. Over 20 years, I remember every word of that. And it's absolutely true. There's always room for improvement. So instead of striving for perfection, work towards excellence, right? And that's really what this is all about. Is, I'm good enough right now where I'm at to be doing this. I believe I'm good enough, and that's why I'm doing it. But there's room for improvement, and I know that too. And I will be making those improvements, but that's going to take time. It requires time, right? You need time in order to make those improvements. And so, the objective with these videos right now, if anybody's going to watch these, you know what? To be completely transparent, I'm doing this. It's selfish. This is very selfish right here. What I'm doing, and what I mean by that is, I'm doing these videos to get the crappy videos out of the way. I want to pause for a moment. No, you didn't lose the audio connection. I purposely paused for a moment to really make sure you understand how powerful that was, in my opinion, my humble opinion, right? That I'm being selfish, but really, it's to be selfless. Right now, I got to be selfish because, right now, I got to build me, right? I got to build me. I got to get this thing. I got to get these crappy videos out of the way right now in order to get to the better videos that I'll create down the road. That's just natural progression of just about anything, any endeavor you're going to pursue, whether it's a sport, it's a game, or it's a career path, or, fill in the blank, right? Any endeavor that you want to pursue, you're going to be shitty in the beginning. You're going to suck. There's going to be varying levels of suckiness, right? You might not suck that much, or you might really suck, in the beginning, right? It's various levels, but levels nonetheless, right? And the sucking will happen. And maybe I shouldn't be using that word, right? But we all know what I'm trying to say right now. And I'm not editing videos right now. I'm not going to edit videos because what's the point? These videos are almost to the extent you could say throwaway videos. And if I'm talking a little louder, it's because I realized on the first video that I did that the audio's, I'm in the vehicle, I'm driving, and I'm like, you can actually hear the audio. Another thing that I've done this time around differently, and this is already day 2, video 2, and I'm trying something different. So that right there, I want to just really stop and really highlight that lesson right there in itself, is that it's already the second day from the second video from the first, and I've already figured something out. I think, because I'm testing it right now in this video, I have my Bluetooth earpiece on. I didn't have that yesterday. I just had the speaker that, is on the phone, right? Capturing my voice. But with the speaker, in my ear, close to my face, I'm hoping that I can reduce a lot of that exterior noise, being AKA or the driving, right? So, you got the road, you got the rain, you got the wind, you got all these factors, right? That, kind of, I heard the audio and I was like, ooh. I mean, you could understand it, right? You could hear what I'm saying. two. Because if you could see me perfectly, like you could look at me right now, but if you can't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, it's no one's gonna stick around for that. They're like, I can't understand this person. Bye. You know what I mean? So audio is key. Audio is key. Not to say, video isn't important too, but between the two, I'd rather have really good audio and mediocre video than the vice versa of that. So there's that. And now we got to continue on, right, with what we're trying to get across. Yeah, so back to the point, it's not going to be editing videos. Again, these are, going to be throwaway videos, in my opinion, just to get through making it. I'm actually shooting for 100. Let's just put it out there. I am shooting for 100 videos. You know what that means? It means in a week, I work, I don't know, everybody, this is another thing I want to kind of just briefly touch on is, in a week, I think of a week as 7 days. Monday to Sunday is a week, right? But in a work week, Monday through Friday, right? That's a typical right? You'd be thinking back to your 85 years that have gone by, right? I mean, you know, at that point, you're definitely past the halfway mark according to, you know, average lifespans, right? In fact, I think you're above the average lifespan at 85. And so what I've come down to figure out, you know, I realize that if I'm 85, one of the biggest things, and this isn't just, you know, my standpoint. I remember there was a study that was conducted. Go look it up. I don't know the source to it, but there was probably multiple studies, long-term studies, and they went into these retirement homes. And these old folks' homes are people who have lived to 85 years old, 70, 80, 85, 90, even 100 years old. And they asked them a series of questions. And one of the questions that was asked was, what is the biggest regret you have in your life? You know, I'm living all these years. What's the number one regret? The biggest thing that if you could hypothetically go back in time and you could relive your life, what's the one thing you would change? What's that regret? And unanimously, by a landslide, majority said, you know, they said in their own ways, but the point was made that they regret not living a life the way they wanted to live it, and instead living it the way others expected them to live it. Right? It's society's construct, right? And living within society's guidelines and staying in that lane that society believes you should live your life based on. You know, like that was their biggest regret. Not really pushing the limits, right? Not really taking this life that you have and really stretching that life out and really going after your dreams, passion, goals, aspirations, and doing what you truly wanted to do. Being selfish, right? You gotta be selfish. It's your life. You gotta own that. I mean, even like this, I mean, you know, the real cliche example that we all know and maybe love or loathe is when you're in the airplane, they cover it every time. Why? Because it's safety, you know, and they gotta do it. It's like federal law to cover it. But you got those, you know, stewardess that'll get up in front of you, you know, they'll do all the hand motions and all that stuff, right? You know, buckle the seatbelt. But one thing that really we all know is the whole oxygen mask. And what did they tell you to do? I don't even have to answer it, but I'll say it just in case. Some people don't like to fly in an airplane. They tell you to secure your oxygen mask first. That's what they tell you to do. They say make sure you secure your oxygen mask first. Even if you have your child next to you, right next to you, within arm's reach, they still say secure your oxygen mask first. What's up with that? I mean, come on, you're the parent, right? You are the protector of that child. Why would you secure your oxygen mask first and not theirs, right? You know what I mean? Like a lot of parents, just about any parent, is more than willing, especially if the situation, they'll say it too, but a disservice. More importantly, you're doing your family a disservice. And most importantly, you're doing yourself a disservice. Truth be told, fact, you are good enough, you are worth it to create content. I don't care what, people have told you. Who gives a rip what society says, right? Stop living in society's construct of what they believe or they don't believe. Remember what the number one regret: not living a life true to yourself, not stepping up and living that life that you're destined to live. Instead, living the life based off of other people's opinions about you. Those are other people's opinions. Take it with a grain of salt, but seriously, step up and create. Put yourself out there, because you are worth it. You're good enough, and you're very capable of doing it. You have all the skills and the knowledge to do it. Whatever you have right now is good enough. Don't worry about getting a PhD. Don't worry about getting a certificate or all this other stuff that people say, oh, you gotta have this, or people are not gonna believe in you, they're not gonna follow you. Just get started. Right now, I'm doing it right now. By creating this video right now, people are gonna look at this and go, I'm probably gonna get no views on this video for a long time. And I accept that. You gotta understand, when you jump into this space, it is a lifetime play. It's not just like, oh, let me do it for 2 weeks and see what happens, or 2 years or 20 years. It's a lifetime play. You gotta jump in this and just embrace it. This is a path that you need to jump on. And am I saying everybody should be creating YouTube videos? Well, yeah, probably. Something like that. I'm not saying you got to create YouTube videos, but create something. Go out there and put something out there in the universe for somebody else to connect with. They're waiting for you. They're absolutely waiting for you. And why I'm doing this is because if I can help at least one person not be the person that was interviewed in those, old folks' homes, wherever they got interviewed at, saying, I regret not living life on my terms. That's really, if I had to give you the big why I'm doing this, is because I truly believe that, ultimately it's about leaving a legacy behind in this world. What are you going to leave behind when you're gone? Because you're going to be gone. Unless things change, everybody's got an expiration date, and nobody knows when that card's gonna get punched. Nobody. You can have billions of dollars. What is it? Billions of dollars, man. You could have all the money in the world. Steve Jobs had next level to serve more people on a higher level is worth paying for. Tens of thousands of dollars. Maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Who knows, right? So I think I beat that dead horse enough. Be selfish to be selfish. Be selfish to be selfless. I'm not editing videos, not doing any cuts, not right now. I'm just getting them out there. So, let this be what it's going to be. But that's the message today is put that fear of whatever you've created, put that monster that's underneath the bed to rest. That, I'm not good enough, I'm not capable, I don't have enough degrees, I don't have enough credentials, and all whatever other excuse you can make, just completely shelf excuses and just do it. Nike, just do it.